Hello, third graders. Mrs. Hales here with your next art class. Today, what we're going to be working on is pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern art. This project is going to take us 2 classes to complete. It wouldn't be October if we didn't work on a little pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern art.
To get us inspired, I have a book called The Story of the Jack-o'-Lantern by Katherine Tegen. Look at all these great different jack-o'-lantern faces. There once was a man named Jack who was stingy and mean. If Jack had the chance to take something, he took it. If Jack could do something nasty, he did. The people in the village hid when Jack came by. One night, he met a too friendly man in the old village inn. It was the night of Halloween. The man had strange hands and feet. People whispered that he was evil. Jack was hungry and he wanted a large meal, but he didn't have enough money to pay for it. "I'll pay for your dinner," said the man, "but you're going to have to pay me back on the day you die." Jack was greedy and ate until he could eat no more. He thought he would worry about his debt another time. Many years later, on the night of Halloween, the moon shone brightly through a cloud-streaked sky. Because it was harvest time, there were vegetables piled high, pumpkins, turnips, and gourds. Jack was walking back from the village. He saw the round orange pumpkin lying in his neighbor's field. In his usual thieving way, he stopped and took 2 pumpkins, thinking no one would notice. When he got home, he sat on his doorstep to carve out the pumpkin and eat the seeds. He started to cut the pumpkin with his knife. The strange man from the village inn suddenly appeared in front of Jack. "It's time to pay me back," he said. "But I'm not dead yet," said Jack. "You will be," said the man, and he threw a burning coal Jack's way. In one swift jump, Jack caught the coal inside the pumpkin, where it glowed with the beginning of a smile. "You are not dead yet," said the man, "but when you go, you will have no rest. Because of your life of meanness, thievery, and greed, you are condemned to wander the earth in search of a home." Many years later, Jack did die. It is said that you could still see him wandering, searching for a place to rest. He is called Jack of the Lantern because he carries a pumpkin that glows to light his way. Some people call him the Jack-o'-lantern. On Halloween, some people believe that ghosts leave their graves and wander the earth again. We dress up in costumes to scare these spirits away. And we light a jack-o'-lantern to always remember what happened to Jack. The story of the jack-o'-lantern comes from Irish folk tales. Many of these tales still tell the story about a stingy and thieving man named Jack, who managed to trick the devil, only to receive his due when he dies. People from Ireland that immigrated to the United States carried this tradition with them.
I think it's cool to think about that we got the tradition of Halloween in this country from Irish immigrants. Today's supplies you will need are a 12 by 18-inch piece of white drawing paper, a pencil, and a black crayon.
Our goal for today is to have 2, 3, or 4 pumpkins drawn horizontally on our paper. To start with, you're going to orient your paper horizontal. That's like hamburger style. And you're going to draw the ground line about 1 inch or 2 up from the bottom. Then we're going to start to draw our pumpkins. Now you want to draw the segments or those lines or grooves on your pumpkin. Drawing those is going to help give your pumpkin form and shape, and it's going to make it look round. You also need to decide if your pumpkin is going to have a stem that is cut, like the pumpkins you see at the store, or if you want your pumpkin to have a vine with some heart-shaped leaves on it. I'd like for you to draw at least 2 pumpkins on your picture, 1 pumpkin in front of the other. It's a more advanced drawing technique or more advanced drawing ability to draw things next to each other and something in front of or behind something else. So this pumpkin I'm going to draw with a stem that's been cut. Think about what kind of faces you want to put on your jack-o'-lanterns. If you just want to leave your pumpkins uncarved, that's fine. I'm going to have one kind of goofy or silly with triangular shaped eyes and some teeth. And I want to make this guy kind of angry, so I'm going to curve the outside of his eye up, and I'm going to make his straight mouth turn down. Now I'm going to show you how to draw those segments again. They are curved lines, kind of like a C. and the C is barely curved as it gets in towards the middle of your pumpkin, and then the curve of the C gets deeper or more exaggerated as you go out towards the edges of your pumpkin. All these segment lines, oops, my crayon broke. All these segment lines start at the same spot in the middle, and because you can't see the bottom of my pumpkin, it is behind or tucked behind the ground. That's okay. You can't see the bottom of my segment lines, but they all end at the same place too, at the bottom of the pumpkin. Pumpkin leaves are shaped a little bit like a heart, so I like to exaggerate that shape and just go ahead and draw really pretty heart-shaped leaves. Don't forget to put a black outline over your jack-o'-lantern faces, your vine, your leaf, your stem, and your ground line. You can also clean up any black smudges or pencil lines that are visible with your eraser.
If you decide to make jack-o'-lanterns, think about what kind of expression you want your jack-o'-lantern to have. I'm going to leave you with some images of different shapes and expressions that you can put on your pumpkin faces. Next week, we're going to paint with watercolor. We're going to mix the secondary colors, green and orange.